Alright everyone, if you're clicking on the video, it's probably from the description. Just so you guys know, I have a 2000 Dodge Ram 3500 with a NV5600 6-speed. It is a VP44 powered truck, 5.9 liter. Year 2000, I may have said that already, but yeah. So I'm running a Quadzilla tune here. This video is going to show you probably the best fuel economy tune that I've pretty much found out there. Took a few forums to search it down, tried it. Seems to be working pretty good. So far it seems to be getting about 15, 16 around town, and the highway is probably low to mid 20s, which is pretty darn good for a truck that old. This is not towing, so, and depending on your driving style, your results may vary. So first thing you're going to do is I set my power levels to seven different power levels. You're going to get your best fuel economy in power level 2, between 2 and 3, right around there. RPM limit I set to 3,500. Max valet power 15%. You can really put that at anything. If you want to use it as an anti-theft feature, you can put that down as low as 5%. Trust me, the truck's not going anywhere. Pretty much as soon as they try to drive off, it's going to shut off on them. So 5% or less. But here's the important stuff here. Fuel stretch, we did 1800 microseconds, and give you time to pump that in. You can follow along here with your Quadzilla. You don't need to be near the truck to do this. This can all be done on your phone or tablet, whichever you use as an interface for this system. And then your TPS pump minimum, we put it at 25% here. TPS maximum at 100%. Your minimum pump tap fueling percentage, I just left that alone at 0. Didn't seem to make a difference one way or another, because most of this is done in the timing and the fueling at the certain RPM. So pump low boost scale, we set at 10 psi, and then the boost scaling, I put it up as high as 40. Doesn't really matter, my truck defuels at 31 psi, just to prevent, you know, I don't have head studs, so we don't want the head gasket blowing or anything like that. It's just, plus I only have 40 over injectors, so if you're running much more than 30 pounds of boost, you kind of really need bigger injectors, and you're kind of doing race stuff. This is pretty much more for your stock vehicle towing type of Dodge. So now we'll go here to the timing parameters. This is probably the important stuff here. So our max load timing offset, I put at 2 degrees. Your low PSI tuning reduct, I put at 5 degrees. Timing reduct scaling is at 100%. And then light throttle timing advance. This is going to be your highway cruise, basically, when you're on the freeway. Your light throttle, I put at 2 degrees. And then throttle load limit here, light throttle load limit rather, at 15%. So if you want to pause the video, you can go ahead and set your setup like that. And make sure, by the way, I probably didn't mention this earlier, make sure you're saving. So when you go in here and you make an adjustment, make sure you hit save. Because if you just back out of there, it's going to lose it, and it's going to go back to the default settings. So next we'll do RPM timing max. Go ahead and click on that. And so at 1500, I put 16 degrees. At 2000, 22 degrees. At 2500, 24.5. And then 3000 and up are at 27. So go ahead, and if you want to pause the video, you can input those. And we'll go ahead and go back here. All that's good. I didn't change anything, so we're not going to save anything. There's nothing to save there. Now here's your boost level fueling and your CAN bus setup. This is probably the most important. What I found here, the lower you go on these, the less it's going to use, but you're definitely going to drop off in power. So from pretty much 0 psi, we have 100. That's standard. That's basically stock. These are mostly stock all the way here. When you open this up, these are all going to be 100 all the way through until you start getting over into the 10 psi mark, just to give it a little bit more grunt and oomph I just went 102, 103, 104, 106, 108, 109, 110, so on and so forth. If you want to go ahead and input that right now, you can do that. And now we'll slide over here. And then so from 10 psi up, I went to 113, 115, 116, and so on and so forth. Pretty straightforward. Make sure you save all this, because when, like I said, when you back out of this, it's going to just set it all back to the default. So again, we didn't make any changes, at least on my tune here, so we'll just go ahead and go back. Now, once you're here and you've got all your parameters set, just go ahead and hit save, and boom, you're done. And so that seems to be a good daily driving tune. Price of diesel these days, everybody's looking to save. Another thing you guys want to check, if your truck's using a lot of fuel, look for fuel leaks, look for boost leaks, and you check your EGTs and whatnot, because if you're running really high EGTs at low RPMs, you may have injectors that aren't quite up to snuff, and it's definitely going to kill your fuel efficiency. Biggest thing to conserving fuel in these trucks is to just stay out of the fucking throttle, you know, drive it like an old man, and it's amazing how much better mileage they get. Now, like I said, I will be trying to work on a towing tune to see if something will work a little better than stock, because basically I want more power than stock, but I don't want to burn as much fuel as when I'm in my, you know, peppier tunes. Yes, it gives me the better power and all that, but it definitely drops my towing mileage down to about 10 miles per gallon or worse, so depending on how much I'm towing. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. If you like what you see, share. Like what you see, subscribe. And I will be doing more stuff like this related to the VP44 tuning, and we'll just experiment with it. Again, I'm not a pro at this, so whatever you do to your truck, if it fucks it up, it's on you. So do this shit at your own risk. Anyways, see you guys.